What's up, guys? It's Benicio. We're back. We're finally back. Been very busy. Very sorry to my fan base of like 5 subscribers. If I have that, I don't really know. I don't really care. This isn't for the fame, as if I have any. I just wanted to get on here and get sidetracked, as the YouTube channel says, the title of the YouTube channel, the name, and go over some random talking points that with indirectly talking about my daily experiences in life. Let's get that down there a little bit. I don't really know where to start, man. I've been busy with life. Started a new job, right? That shit sucks. But who likes their job? You know what I mean? Just gotta make the best of it every single day. Just find the positives. I think that's a really important life lesson. Find the positives whenever you do. Even if it's the worst fucking thing in your life, find the positives. You know what I mean? I recently realized that I'm not alone on a topic that I struggle with. I struggle with this personally. Shut up. Fucking fix that glare. There we go. I struggle with this personally on a level of I play sports. I'm going to be playing sports at a collegiate level. I'm very proud of myself for that. And there's this UFC fighter. His name is George St. Pierre. You probably know him. I hope you know him. If you don't, look him up. He was talking about how there is no shame in being scared. Admitting that you are scared takes courage. And that being like before every one of his fights, he was so afraid of being embarrassed, of being what was the word he used? Of being what was it? You know it. I'll think of it. Embarrassed. I'll use that for now. And I've used this personally. I've said this exact sentence before. I just don't want to be embarrassed after I finish this match, after I finish this game. Like, that's my main goal. I don't want to leave this court embarrassed. I think that's the worst thing in the world. Humiliated. Oh my god, that's the exact word I've said, dude. Humiliated. I don't want to be humiliated. I want to look like I belong. I guess it's an ego thing. And I'm not a big fan of egos. I think you should have an ego death. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those spiritual, I guess. You know what I mean? But I was so terrified of being, what was it? Dude, humiliated. I don't want to be humiliated. Dude, that's like my biggest fear, being humiliated. And he talked about how you're a UFC fighter, you're gonna get punched in the face, dude. And he said he wasn't even worried about that. He was more worried about being humiliated. I've felt that so much before. And I think success comes from that. I don't think most people's success stories come from really, I mean, you could hear all these guys, on social media, they talk about, I just wanted to be the greatest. Man, fuck that, bro. They were so scared of being humiliated that it drove them into being the best, into being great. Like, for me personally, I hate losing more than I like winning. And I think that's bad, personally. Sorry, I'm having dinner. I'm very hungry. Very good. And I think that's like a winner's mentality. I like winning, but you're on a scale, you're on a chart, right? Like in terms of happiness, winning does like that much. When I lose, it starts, right here, goes like down here, man. I hate losing. And when you hate losing more than you like winning, you're bound to succeed. You can't stand that feeling, and whatever you do. Another, off the top of my head, Kevin Garnett. He talked about this. He hated losing. He couldn't stand it, whatever he was doing. Whether he was playing cards, or just running back and forth with his friends, playing pickup basketball, he can't stand losing, dude. I think everyone should have the same mentality in life. Whatever you're doing, sports, job, school, you shouldn't stand losing, failing. You shouldn't be comfortable there. Failing is a part of life. You're going to fail. You should fail. Anyone who doesn't fail will never take success. They'll take success for granted. You know what I mean? It'll never mean as much to them. But you shouldn't be comfortable there. Another quote, top of the head. Pen and paper or no? No pen and paper? Guys, come on. What are you doing? I believe it was, there is no shame in being weak. The shame is in staying weak. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite quotes. You're a weak human being, right? Weakness is not defined by physical attributes, by the way. Not just that, at least. Weakness is defined by your mental attributes, your spiritual attributes, your physical attributes, whatever you think, right? Whatever else. I would say mainly mental. Okay, I think people who are mentally weak, I'd rather be mentally strong than physically strong, if that makes sense. And personally, you know what I mean? I think that's more important to be mentally strong than physically strong, or mentally capable at least. Yeah, that's just so beautiful, man. You shouldn't ever want to stay there at the bottom. There's no shame in being weak, but the shame is in staying weak. You shouldn't want to stay there. You shouldn't be complacent with your life if you're in a bad spot. And you know when you're in a bad spot. Don't try to cope with it. You know what I mean? You know. You know. That's it. A great Bible verse. My favorite. I believe it's Psalms 126. I don't really know. At like 120 verse 6. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to LARP that hard. I don't read the Bible. But I do know this Bible quote, as many do. It goes, Too long have I lived among those who hate peace. I think I experience this on a daily basis. You go out in public. You go to work, right? Let's just say you go to work, right? You're around these people who think it's good or think it's cool to have a life of controversy, of demoralizing stuff, of arguments, of anger, of sadness. It's not good, you guys. It's okay to have a boring life. A boring life is better than a life of misery, man. And I get it, dude. People are bored. They need something to talk about. You can talk about positive stuff, you guys. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to all be this negative. You don't have to be this controversial guy or girl. You know what I mean? You could just be quiet. You could just be chill. Trust me, it's better. It's better that way. You don't need to put yourself out there as this guy who's always around and, you know, he's just controversial, and you could be this calm human being. That's how I am. I know I'm like, you know, all out of shape, bent out of shape here, but I really am a calm guy. At least I think. That it's just my personal opinion of myself. Out in public. Out in the real world. I try to treat everybody with respect. I was always taught that from when I was a kid. From the janitor to the CEO, you know what I mean? Treat everybody with the same amount of respect. Don't ass kiss anybody. Getting sidetracked here. Don't ass kiss anybody, dude. You see this in the workplace often. You know what I mean? You'll see your coworker, you're chill as hell with him. Yeah, what's up, dude? Yeah, man. Yeah. And then they'll go and, you know, I'm not going to say it. I'll say this version. Ass kiss your boss to try to get, I don't know, closer to him, a promotion. I don't really know. I don't really care. But ass kissing is part of being a fake human being, a non-real human being. You should want to be a real human being to everybody. And that's where the thing of you should treat everyone with the same amount of respect comes from. You wouldn't ass kiss a janitor, would you? No, because he's below in the totem pole, bro. You should treat him just as the CEO just as the janitor. You know what I mean? You should also be nice to everybody, bro. Doesn't mean be a dick. Just don't ass kiss. Also, I feel like this should go without saying. I'm getting sidetracked again. But if you're someone, I've been watching Caleb Hammer a lot, and I agree with this heavily because I see this every day. If you're someone who, dude, I don't even care if you're poor, bro. If you're even middle class and you're ordering DoorDash, what the fuck are you doing? DoorDash is the biggest fucking scam I've ever seen in my fucking life. It is the worst, dude. I only got food delivery once. Actually, hold on. DoorDash and getting a pizza delivered are two different things. Very expensive still. I don't know if you ever order a pizza. Ridiculous. Especially in this economy, okay? DoorDash is ridiculous, bro. Little chicken. The fees you pay are crazy. The delivery is crazy. And then since you're not there, they could short you on your food. My experience, I think I got Postmates when that was a thing, if it is still a thing. Chipotle a couple years back. Holy fuck. Dude. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude, the burrito's like this big. You end up getting charged like $26, and then you just want to kill yourself after. I was like bottom 5 experience my entire fucking life, man. Stop getting DoorDash. They won't fill up your coffee all the way. They'll give you the shitty donut. You know. Also, gym etiquette, bro. I go to the gym time to time. I diddle. I don't want to say diddle. Diddle sounds bad. I dabble. There we go. In the gym. Why does everyone feel the need to look mad? In the gym, bro. Like, it's okay to fucking smile, man. It's okay. It's okay to be happy. You know what I mean? I struggle with it too, man. I struggle with being, like, completely happy all the time. I'm not this, like, joyous human being who's, like, going up to people, hey, man, how you doing? But I am a happy individual in general, I think, or I try to be. I might just ignore the feelings of sorrow and sadness that are deep inside of me. But, no, I'm joking. Yeah. So, but yeah, just, dude, like, don't feel the need to, like, one-up people in your life either. Oh, yeah, well, I did this when I was this age. Don't, bro. Also, why are people TMI so much, man? Fuck. Yeah, I have this many felonies, and yeah, and it's like you're bragging about it, and then, you know, you're chilling with these people, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, I have this many felonies, and I did this many years in the pen. I'm like, brother, come the fuck on. You ever meet people like that? It is the fucking worst. I'm not saying people that go to prison are all bad, but people who brag about it are. The orange, by the way. Jacked. My room's pretty cool, I think. Anyways. Yeah, bro. Morality standpoint. You should know morality. We all know morality. There's some people who can't be reasoned with, though. You ever realize that? You talk to people, you tell them something, and they always think they're right. Dude, Joe Rogan is fucking one of them, man. He is one of those people. I don't know if anyone watched The Fight, and I saw Tom Aspinall talk about this, and I was so annoyed. He's like, oh, Connor tore his ACL. It's like, yeah, just diagnosing him on the spot. It's like, dude, are you a fucking retard? Like, how are you diagnosing him? Like, obviously something's wrong with his knee, but, oh yeah, he tore his ACL right then and there. It's an archetype of people who think they know everything, and they can't be reasoned with or talked to. It's like, well, don't you think this happened? No. This happened. Or they just can't come off of their opinion because they have too much of an ego to think that they could ever be wrong. Like, bro, people are so much wronger than I think. I might be spewing bullshit right now, but I would be acceptful of that if someone, you know, told me otherwise and convinced me otherwise. We should be open to exchanges with people. especially ones that are different than us. Which is my next point. You shouldn't be friends with people just because you share like political opinions with them. Getting sidetracked. I have the most like vast, diverse friend like list ever. The only I don't have is like any Asians, but there's like no Asians here where I live. What the fuck you want me to do about that? So you should have friends of all different races, opinions, political parties, sizes, you know what I mean? Like all that shit, bro. You should also, this is a good thing for life, and I've seen this, and you've probably seen it too. This isn't like a new thing. You should never want to be like the smartest person in the room. Never. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You should always be trying to ascend yourself upwards. And if you're the smartest person in the room, you can't do that. This thing's slowing down. I ran out of talking points. I know I should to talk about. Yeah, just be good to others, man, really. That's really all I have to say. Hopefully I can start posting more as, like, you know, get busy with life and shit, as we all do. No excuse. Like, I could have done this, like, weeks ago, but I've just been fucking scrolling reels on Instagram, laughing my ass off at night. So, yeah, to anyone that sees this, you know, and, like, you know, like, cliche, but makes it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. I'm not really trying to be a YouTuber, but you know, someone that watches this and like appreciates it, I think it's awesome. But yeah, that's it from me, Benicio, and yeah, love you guys. Later.